Anger erupted at Brock University last month, much of it directed at the school's president, Jack Lightstone, after we revealed how the university handled a student's complaint against her professor. Even though an internal investigation determined the professor had tried to kiss and fondle the student in his office while drunk, she was told to keep those findings quiet. Now, CBC News has learned another student had already complained to the school that history professor David Schimmelpenninck frequently drank in his office and had tried to grope and kiss her while he was intoxicated.
What we do have, of course, is we have a very robust sexual harassment procedure.
That was Lightstone in an interview a week before our original story. But the student who's come forward now says the school had no clear policy and didn't seem sure how to handle it. In fact, she says she felt encouraged by Lightstone not to file a formal complaint and was instead offered a range of options, including money. We're protecting her identity, but she told us it made me feel like I was a prostitute. In response to the allegation, Lightstone's office said he's constrained by privacy laws from talking about their discussion, but said compensation is sometimes offered to pay for counseling, adding, "It's inaccurate and totally inappropriate to suggest that the president did anything untoward in how this case was handled."
There's a kind of a myth of a process.
Professor Tim Connolly offered to help the student navigate the process and says he was appalled at what unfolded.
I realized that I was working at a university that had no system in place. Or to put it really grimly, I learned that in the right circumstances, I could sexually assault a student and nothing would come of it.
A formal investigation ultimately did go ahead, but determined there wasn't enough evidence to conclude an assault happened. It's not clear the university did anything to address what the student claimed was the professor's habit of drinking in his office. And then came the second allegation. This time, an investigation concluded the sexual touching was significant and serious.
In an email to CBC News, Schimmelpenninck insists he has never touched a student inappropriately. He says he has stopped drinking and he's seeing a counselor for treatment. Brock says he's no longer on campus, no longer assigned to a class, and the university says it's reviewing its sexual assault policy. Diana Swain, CBC News, Toronto.